Hey there, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us today on Jose's Opinion. Today we'll explain a recap on a 2019 Spanish comedy film directed by Alvaro Fernandez Armero and consisting of a remake of the French film If I Were a Rich Man. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. In Gijón, Principality of Asturias, northern Spain, Santi is a down-on-his-luck middle-aged man who was fired a year ago from his factory job, and Maite, his wife of 9 years, is filing for divorce. Now he lives in his van waiting for a job that never comes and passes his days with his best friends Marcos, happily married father of two, and Pedro, a single gas station worker who lives with his mother and dreams of being a ladies' man. According to the local law, divorce must go through a 3-month cooling-off period. During this period, Maite is discussing the division of property with Santi. And so Santi, who has no love left, only $1 in his pocket. Passing by the grocery store desperately, the boss warmly invites Santi to buy a lottery ticket. Although his heart was dying, he spent his last dollar, hoping against hope. The next morning, the news is broadcasting that the 200 million lotteries are fitted. Santi makes a shudder and suddenly remembers that the number on it was the one he bought last night. He quickly gets up and rummages through the cupboard, suddenly remembering that the ticket is probably a dig fling. It flew into the rubbish bin. He finally found the lottery ticket, and he becomes a billionaire. As he is driving to tell his wife the news, he saw her meeting someone else. In his anger, he decided to divorce his wife without giving her any money. However, his lawyer tells him that if his wife has known about the prize during the divorce cooling-off period, she would have been entitled to get half of it, $100 million. Maite could not bear to see her husband of 9 years living in poverty. She invited him to work at the supermarket where she worked. In order not to expose himself as already a billionaire identity, although Santi is not short of money now, but in order not to arouse his wife's suspicion, he has to agree. In this way, while pretending to be poor, he works in the supermarket. Custom-made luxury suits, Rolex watches, and $10,000 of wine are bought in a box, but in order not to be seen by his wife, all the luxury goods are hidden in the garage. Expensive wine is poured into cheap wine bottles, even high-end bacon is torn off the packaging and put in the lunchbox. A convenience store salesman by day, he's a 5-star hotel swinger by night. On the weekend, Santi and his friends go surfing at the beach, but unexpectedly he meets his rival Mario. They met Mario once at a class reunion and discover that Mario is now successfully running a supermarket where Maite works. Mario's been picking on Santi since they were classmates, and he's doing the same now. Mario not only teases him for being poor, he makes fun of his lack of success. He even took the opportunity to seduce his wife. Today, Mario will embarrass the three guys by showing off his surfing skills in front of them. Not only that, after Mario returned to the supermarket, he is also disparaging Santi's surfing skills in front of Maite, which made Santi lose face in front of his soon-to-be ex-wife. In order to get back in the game, Santi spent a lot of money to hire the best champion surfer, personally coach him to practice surfing. A few days later, Santi fight with Mario again, and let him loose completely. Not only that, rich Santi, once always bullied by his boss, for revenge, he spent money to buy the former boss's yacht, and let him clean it up in front of them. This kind of upside-down sentient beings rely on the weak feeling is really unprecedented good. In the evening, Santi's father-in-law comes over for dinner. In consideration of Santi's financial situation, her parents-in-law cooked a feast for him, but now as a billionaire, Santi ate too much good food, so the feast was hard for him to swallow. When Maite pours a wine for his mother, and he rushed forward to stop her by saying that the wine tastes bad, he would get another bottle. The father-in-law knew of his condition and stopped him in time. However, when he tasted it for the first time, he marveled. It had been a long time since he had spent tens of thousands of dollars on a bottle at his wedding. As he spoke, his eagle-eyed father-in-law caught sight of his expensive Rolex. He could not put down his hands. Touch. With suspicious eyes, asked Santi from where to buy. Santi adamantly replied that this is a replica of $50 watch. To his surprise, his father-in-law forked out $500 and just bought the $350,000 Rolex in front of him. This moment, Santi's phone rings. Who realized that it is a new phone that he had just bought today. He so regret that forgot to mute it. Santi is panicking. If he takes it out, he would expose his wealth in the family. At the moment of his hesitation, his wife suddenly tells her parents that they are going to divorce, which shocked the old couple. The 9-year marriage was lost to poverty, but wealth did not bring Santi happiness. Santi thought that wealth could buy everything, but no matter beauty or friends, they lost their original colors under the halo of money. As time goes on, Santi wants to help his friends live a better life. So he secretly hired the director, for Pedro to shoot a commercial, let him hit the big time. He also sent Marcos a large sum of money in the name of his aunt to start his business. To his surprise, Marcos used the money which Santi gave him to start his business to splurge on a sports car and invite his friends to have fun together. Santi is very disappointed at what his friend had done. He tells Marcos that he had given him the money because he has won the lottery and hopes Marcos could start his own business. The group of friends are so shocked that they drove off the cliff. Since his friends knew that Santi has money, they would spend it more wantonly. They would not go to bars or pick up girls every day. Santi and Maite's relationship goes from bad to worse. Maite flirts with the supermarket owner on the phone while Santi flirts with her new girlfriend. Both of them dislike each other, but Maite is secretly jealous in the bottom of her heart, still care about the ex-husband. And Santi tries to live with his new girlfriend, but she found that no one could replace Maite in his heart. Therefore, they quarrel every day on the surface, each other, but secretly but silently love each other. Until one day, Santi discovers that Maite's boss and her boyfriend, Mario, already on the verge of bankruptcy, tries to get his wife back and tells her to stay away from the untrustworthy man. Santi prepares a candlelight dinner and flowers for his wife. The two of them touch each other and recall all kinds of romance in the past. What a wonderful time, but it cannot stand the test of money. On the other hand, Santi's two best friends are barely scraping by despite his financial support. Marcos's wife is negotiating a divorce with him, and Pedro blames Santi for turning him into a sensationalist advertising clown. A $200 million prize won't get you $200 worth of happiness. Santi hides alone in the yacht. He thinks about everything. The next day, he found the lawyer. He decided that since no one was happy, he would rather let his loved ones be happy again and bear all the consequences himself. As a result, Maite received Santi's signed divorce papers and a $1 million balance in her bank account. Maite is finally a winner in life, with $100 million and the big supermarket where she used to work. But she was not as happy as she had expected. She used to think that only with wealth can she have a happy marriage and a taste of life, but all these things become tasteless because of Santi's departure. It turned out that the happiness she wanted was around her, but the burden of life let her no time to perceive. She didn't know whether she was right or wrong, but the only thing she wanted at the moment was Santi in her life. He had always been the love of her life and never changed. Maite immediately decided to chase her husband to the airport. She saw the skirt, decisively intercepted a small motorcycle to the airport gallop. Santi keeps turning around at the airport. Maybe deep down in his heart he is hoping someone would come along and ask him to stay. But he knows that his past actions have hurt everyone. However, just like the plot of the movie, Maite shows up, and she intercepts him, asking him, "Do you want another $1 billion and a supermarket? Then stay with me, and I'll make sure you're well fed." It was certainly the life he wanted, and he hugged Maite so tightly that he wouldn't let go. With the reconciliation of Santi and Maite, the friends have solved their problems and started to live a happy life with their families, and everyone is back together to enjoy the happy life brought by the big prize. Even Mario, a former supermarket owner who ate himself fat after failing in his career, is determined to lose weight and start his second career. People always say that money is not everything, and without money is absolutely impossible. When you live in trouble, you always feel that all the good is not as real as money, but one day, if you no longer worry about money, you look back on the most important things in life are still around you? Perhaps, I am also the one still short of a 200 million prize can see through life. That's the end of the story. Please turn on notifications and leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.